Hey YouTube, Skippy here, and today I am coming to you with another product review. Today's product is going to be the Razer DeathAdder gaming mouse. The DeathAdder is one of Razer's longest running lines in gaming mice, and it is actually really one of the simpler mice. As per usual Razer quality, it is a very well built, it feels very nice, it has kind of a matte finish on top. You don't see any real fingerprinting or anything like that. I do have a little bit of a smear there. Very, very well made. It has the light up Razer logo on it, and the scroll wheel lights up. On the side here you have your standard front and back button and a nice little rubber piece for your thumb to rest on while you are holding it. The click on this feels very, very good. I'm going to move it off my screen. I do have this plugged in, obviously. But very, very solid click. The scroll wheel feels really, really nice. Has the braided cord that is pretty standard for high-end mice. It's kind of hard to see on this camera, though. Nicely connected. It is a 6400 DPI switch that is configurable through the Razer Synapse cloud software. This is compatible with the new Synapse 2, and I will be showing you that software here shortly. On the other side here you have another rubber piece to make it more ergonomic, and you can see the mouse has a very high arching shape to it. So it really is nice for people who really like to keep their palm down and grounded on it. It's got a nice long switch so you can kind of keep everything really nice and controlled. The only issue I ever really had with this mouse is that I have a tendency to ride my thumb a little bit high, and because of that I click these buttons on accident. So they're not really in a natural spot for my style of play, but a lot of people would really like that. They're incredibly easy to access. And yeah, so this is really a very, very simple but very, very solid product from Razer. And I like it a lot. It doesn't really warrant me changing my current mouse. I did use this one for a while, but I still like my other mouse better simply because it fits my hand better. And really, like I say in all my mouse reviews, that is the key, is you want something that fits your hand the best. But this is a solid product, definitely worth checking out. I think it's a $60 price tag at most of your retailers. So not really one of the more expensive mice that are out there. And like I said, Razer's been making this one for, I really think, longer than any of their other mice. It's either this or the Naga that they've been running the longest. And it's definitely one of their best-selling ones. You can actually see the braided cable a little bit better further out here. But yeah, very, very solid product. I definitely recommend it. Again, I have no real bad things to say. Some people might like a little bit more button control, have more buttons, but then I say, Razer has options for you, Logitech has options for you. There are a lot of mice that come prepared for MMO and RTS kind of games where you'd want a lot of buttons, and this is not one of them, but this is going to be a solid everyday mouse, FPS, anything like that, where you don't really have a need for 18 buttons on the side of the mouse. So very, very solid mouse, definitely comes to my recommendation, and I will be back here in just a second, and we will look at the Razer Synapse software. Hey YouTube, and we are back, and I am on my home screen here and showing you the Razer Synapse software. As you can see down here at the bottom of the software, I have all of my Razer devices that are currently plugged in. If I unplug any of these devices, it will remove itself from the software. And this is where I really have to applaud Razer. I know it sounds like I'm just Razer, but they've done a really, really good job with the software here. I think that as far as that goes, it's really the easiest to use software, especially when you're running several products made by them. And it gives you a lot of control options. So, just kind of looking through the DeathAdder options here, you can set up several different profiles, and you can actually link programs to it. So if you need the buttons to change for a specific game or a specific program, when you open that up, the Synapse software will recognize that and change your profile based on that program. You can customize all of your buttons except for the left click in the standard profile. Your scroll up, scroll down, all of that can be customized right through here, and it's really, really easy if you just click on that, what you want it to be. You can choose exactly what function you would like. You can disable it, window shortcuts, macros, different mouse functions, keyboard functions, launch a program, all this kind of stuff that you can do inside that little bit of software. If we go to the next tab, we have performance, so you can actually change your DPI. You can enable XY sensitivity, so you can actually change your sensitivity based on what direction you're moving. You can change your acceleration, and you can change your polling rate. So anything from 125 to 1000 as far as the polling rate goes. So that is definitely just a plethora of options that you can get, especially when you're talking about such a simple mouse that doesn't have a bunch of options as far as the buttons that you can use in the physical hardware of it. It gives you a lot of options in the software. Over here we have lighting, so you can turn the lighting on the scroll wheel off and on. If you don't like that Razer logo going, you can turn that off. And you can set it so that it will switch off the lighting whenever your display turns off, so that your mouse isn't going on and off and lighting up while your display or your computer is in sleep. And then we have calibration. So you can actually turn on surface calibration, and you can select, like I have the Razer Goliath as speed mat. So I could select that, and it would actually calibrate the mouse to that mouse pad. You can also go to others, and you can calibrate to a different mouse pad. So if you have a Corsair mouse pad or a Steel Series or a Sensei mouse pad, you can actually calibrate it to that as well. And you can change your lift-off range so that you don't get any tracking issues if you're like me and you lift up your mouse a lot. So I've got to really hand it to Razer as far as the software goes. And along with that, I really do recommend the Razer DeathAdder mouse. It is a very, very good product, especially for people who are looking for a more simple mouse or who really like to get a good grip on the mouse with their whole hand. And that has been the product review for the Razer DeathAdder. That is the 2013 model. I'm sure there will be another version coming out. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more product reviews coming up and more gameplay. Thanks for watching, everybody.